Hey, good morning, everybody. It is great to be back with you all. It is the morning briefing right here on Friedman Adventures on this gorgeous Labor Day weekend. It can't get any more beautiful. Hey, good morning, everybody. I just had to do that. Man, that coffee is good this morning. I hope you're having a good cup or a cup of tea or a glass of milk or whatever it is you want to do this morning, because we've got an incredible morning briefing for you once again. I still am thinking about our Amigo trip and all the great people that were on that today and the fabulous fishing we had and the great weather. It was really phenomenal. And is that kind of fishing continuing? Absolutely. I mean, while not everybody gets them, the vast majority of boats are just all over the fish right now as we have this tropical influence. It's humid, it's hot, there's been thunderstorms. It feels like we're in Costa Rica or something. And it's exactly how the fishing is right now here in Southern California. The best historically in terms of what I've been able to gather information from guys like Captain Mark Paisano Sr., Paul Strasser, the San Diego boys that I've talked to. It's a one-in-a-kind season, and if you want to join us on one of our last trips, you better hurry fast because they are filling up. I've just been really busy and haven't been able to tell you how full they're getting, but we are about to fill up on our September 21st to 23rd trip on board the Pride out of 22nd Street Landing. Then we go again on the Pride October 3rd to the 5th. Those are going to be great trips, and you're going to want to be on board with us. Incidentally, the video, well, hold on. If you want to get on that trip, look in the show description and text me ASAP. If you want to text me before you look in the show description, it's 657-227-6459. Just send me a text. I'll pop you back the list. Perhaps you can grab one of those last few spots. The video on the Apollo ETA tomorrow, maybe a day. No, we're going for tomorrow, okay? Should have that all finished up. A lot of great Dorado footage in there, some tuna footage. Fabulous trip. Can't wait to share that all with you. All right, Bass Pro Shops, September the 10th. We'll be there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Actually, I'll be there at 11 for a meet and greet and setup. We'll be there at the Big Bass Tank doing a podcast right in front of you all. And we want audience participation. So come on down. We'll have a seat for you. You'll be able to ask some questions. We're going to have incredible guests. And, of course, I'll be out at Bass Pro with my good friend Bob Miner and all the folks that make Bass Pro Shops so wonderful. Make it a Disneyland for the outdoorsmen. So don't miss it this Saturday. And I'll tell you, we do have in the long-range forecast some weather headed at us for this weekend. I'm going to continue to monitor it. What they're calling for right now is some very nasty seas. So we'll continue to monitor that for you Friday, Saturday. Looks like it is going to blow, but we're a long way out from that and forecast change. I just want to get you up to date on that. All right, let's talk south of the border. Talk about my Pongero friends down there out of Ensenada. Arnie Mann and Diego Nuno at Costa Baja. All those guys are finding beautiful, flat, calm weather. And that is resulting in, of course, kelp patties that are loaded with Dorado, a few yellowtail, more yellowfin tuna popping in there. Still a good chance at bluefin tuna. This is a dream scenario, a dream season. It can't get much better than it is right now. And if you like crossing the border, as do I, you love the Baja culture, you love the Mexican people, as I do, you are going to love what goes on across there because it's great fishing right now. Again, the weekend could get a little dicey on weather. We'll watch that, but right now, if you're thinking about going, you ought to go because it's great fishing down there. And I'll give you some tackle tips when I talk about the San Diego fleet here in a moment, but it's definitely a great time for you to go south of the border to Ensenada. Some great fishing going on in that neck of the woods. And that yellowfin that continues to push up the Baja coast and shove into Southern California, I still think is going to play a very important role here soon and just add to the smorgasbord. This fall fishing, Buzz Brizendine from the Prowler a few years ago, Buzz had a saying, fine fall fishing. And he meant you get your best weather in most years and you get a smorgasbord. Whereas in an albacore year, you're catching albacore, or bluefin. Now you start to get that variety, the Dorado, the yellowfin, the bluefin, the yellowtail, occasional marlin. It's exciting stuff, and we are building toward exactly that kind of a fall where I think you're going to see your best fishing. A lot of people take the rods and reels and put them away after Labor Day. That'll be a huge mistake this year, as it was last year. We had bluefin into Christmas last year, so keep that in mind. All right, let's get up to San Diego, and man, the scores there are so impressive. There is such great fishing going on, whether you're on a day trip, leaving in the morning, returning in the evening, or you're on a multi-day trip. It doesn't get much better. Scott Bucher, you know Scotty, he decks on the Ranger 85. What a trip they just had. I mean, in the middle of their trip on the 85, they had almost 600 Dorado, 69 bluefin, 38 yellowfin. It doesn't get any better than what they had on the Ranger 85. Tremendous fishing for those guys. The San Diego fishing from morning to evening, he had 52 bluefin and 3 yellowfin tuna. That is incredible fishing. I refuse to get used to this. I refuse to say that this is the norm. These are indeed the good old days right now. Some more scores for you. Condor, limits of bluefin tuna. Up in this neck of the wood, Triton, 100 plus on the Dorado. The Mustang, 214 on the Dorado, 12 yellowfin, 2 yellowtail. Daiwa Pacific with limits of Dorado, 15 yellowfin, 15 bluefin tuna. And the Pursuit took a group of novice anglers out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro. This is when you know things are going right, because you can teach people how to do it. 25 guys, 89 Dorado out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro. As we were coming back in from our Amigo trip, just ask any of the passengers who were on board. We saw it, jumping Dorado in the middle of nowhere, in the mid-channel between here and Catalina Island. We saw foamer after foamer after foamer of bluefin tuna. It is phenomenal right now. And seeing all that fish bodes well for the future. It looks like it could continue to bite. 30 to 40 pound fluorocarbon. We like Opson USA. www.opsonusa.com. Put in FA at checkout, and you'll get a free gift and a handwritten love letter from owner Greg Brown. So make sure you do that and fish that stuff. It works well. Blacktail hooks, you can go from a 2.0 size hook when you have the sardine and are biting really well down to a number 2 size hook. And remember, it's up to you to play a very important role in this drama as it unfolds before your very eyes out there. When you roll up on a kelp, if the intensity is full speed or the crew tells you, go to the heavy, do it, okay? They're not saying go to the heavy when they're rolling up on a kelp for the fun of it. They've already talked to a boat that's on it. They know what's going on. So by heavy, I'm going to call it 40 to 60 pound. That's when you want to go to that. Sometimes when it's really finicky, you're going to drop down to 15 pound and you're going to go to a number 2 size hook. And you're always going to do what? That's right, choose a really good hot bait. I know a lot of you are sick and tired of me saying it, but it's so important. And with new people coming into the channel all the time, we want to emphasize how important it is to choose a good hot bait. When you look in the bait well and you see a bait that's bumping its nose up against the well, that's not the bait you want. You want that bait that goes to the corner of the well and goes like this, and goes like this, and goes like this. That one that's the hardest to catch in the well is the one you want to pin on your little blacktail hook and get out there in front of a hungry Dorado. It works so very well. So this offshore situation is absolutely phenomenal. And we have great weather up until Friday, and then we'll reevaluate. Keep that in mind. But man, is it looking fantastic. Incidentally, if that weather shows up and you've got nothing to do, what are you going to do? Yeah, go to Bass Pro Shop Saturday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't wait to shake your hand. And thank you for our soaring stats, moving up on 5,000 subscribers, thousands of hours of content consumed every day by you. Thank you so very much. Coronado Islands, I got to talk about that. Well, let me take you south now and hit down in Ensenada. Todos Santos has got a lot of yellowtail on it. Everybody's driving past it and fishing offshore. But man, there's a lot of fork there right now, and it's nice fish, 12 to 20, and it's biting the surface iron, trolled Rapala style lures. Have also been effective, of course, bait. Really, really effective. Out there at the Coronado Islands, man, any other year, that place would be just full of boats. But there's very few boats there. The Grande was one of those boats, 36 guys. His group wanted to fish yellows at the Coronado Islands, 71 yellowtail. Hang on, my voice is a little screwed up here. That should do it. All right, excuse me. All right, so really good fishing at the islands. And once again, same tackle pretty much. 25 to 40 pound fluoro, 2.0 size hook. You can judge the intensity there. There's a lot of barracuda. There's some calico bass. Pretty good. Islands up here, not bad at Clemente from time to time. It goes up and down at SCI. There's a good amount of yellow in there now. You got to wrestle the sea lions just about everywhere you fish. I don't know why I pick on San Clemente. On cat, a little bit of bonita, barracuda, calico bass, nothing wide open. The better fishing seems to be offshore. Every once in a while, though, you can go in there and get some good fishing. Channel Islands, we're seeing mostly rockfish with the occasional good hit on the white sea bass. That place is the capital of white sea bass fishing. It is absolutely phenomenal, the season they've had up there. Aloha Spirit, flat, calm, gorgeous weather, some bass, some rockfish, really good. Same thing over there on the Mirage. Again, occasional halibut going on up there in that neck of the woods. It has been spectacular. And as we look up and down the coast, surf fishing's really good right now. Corvina bite has been excellent. We've moved away from that last grunion run a few days now, and the halibut are getting a little more interested in those lucky crafts. I think they were all sitting around with a big stomach full of grunion saying, I'm not even hungry. I'm not going to expend any energy to chase anything. Now they're starting to get a little hungry again, and we've seen a few spot fin croaker. That bite should pick up again in the fall. That should be very, very good. But Corvina fishing, really good, lighter line. Present your bait right in front of them. You can see them. You can stalk them. It is so much fun. In fact, we should have a Corvina fishing day here in Surfside in the very near future. Remind me to do that, everybody. I'm going to work on that. That would be fun. Maybe, hey, just thinking out loud, a Corvina, well, a surf fishing little thing. We all get together and beach cleanup at the same time. That sounds like a fun day to me. So I'm telling you, this bite can't get any better than it is right now. It is phenomenal what's going on out in the water. It's once in a lifetime kind of fishing, and you should get in on it. 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. It's got a fleet of boats that do such a great job. One of them is the Amigo. I'm so impressed with Captain Mark Paisano Jr. and his crew. Young kid, wise beyond his years, and he makes sure everything runs smoothly. But it's just such a nice atmosphere while it does run smoothly. In other words, you don't have a captain barking at you, you idiot, why'd you thumb the spool? Or you never get that. You get teachers. Hey, on that last fish, I saw you put your thumb on the spool and you pop that fish off. Let me show you the right way to do it. That's kind of what you get on board the Amigo, and that's why we love fishing on that boat. 2 more 2 days on the Pride. Better hurry. Thanks again, everybody. We'll be on the Relentless out of San Diego. Also, I believe that's September 25th. Can't wait to finish off the season with a bang. Can't thank you enough once again for all your great support. See you at Bass Pro Shops on Saturday at 1 p.m. Thanks for joining us this morning, and have a great day.